IGC News, Bima Olivia Akwaba, the latest and hot news in Kwa, Aremeyaw Bremo, and Nuti, so we are subscribe ya. What would you say over subscribe? Now, like no share video, Lobayan say over click the subscribe button. Now, our belly notification. Where the side you be a upload with the first person on WhatsApp a video. I feel we are now one like video. Give us a thumbs up, nothing. Share my offer for us now. We may be here in a woo and summer coso and walk on a memoir. I feel young share and summer abeto your poso. Yet, yes, Uncle Moya and Coso, yet, and
under the past administrations we have had before this reckless and irresponsible Akufo Addo Bawumia government, you didn't see top government officials. You didn't see MMDCs. You didn't see members of anti-galamsey task force brazenly engaging in mining, owning concessions themselves. Show me one NDC minister who was given a concession to mine in a forest reserve. Show me one. Today, Sampine has a concession in a forest reserve. Your mayor for Kumasi. Why? We've seen it. Fourth Estate has published it. Erastus has confirmed. Your Western Regional Minister, he is doing illegal mining. We've seen the list. The last time, Dr. Abe, you put it on the screen. Those 5 government officials who are mining in forest reserves. This never happened under the previous administration, whether it was Rawlings' administration or Kufuor or Atamils or Mahama. So what is happening today has never happened in the history of Ghana. And so stop this attempt to equalize. Ghanaians are discerning. Look, I have given a picture to Anas Aremeyaw, to Annie, your producer. It captures the River Nkobra. He knows the River Nkobra very well. It is in the Western region. The state of the River Nkobra in 2016 vis-a-vis the state of the River Nkobra in 2018 after they lifted the so-called ban on illegal mining. And that drone shot was taken by that drone pilot, reputable drone pilot called Eden Sven. That is the picture on the screen. 20th February 2016, River Nkobra, look at it. 20th June 2017. In fact, there is another picture, 2018 as well. Look at it. At the time, the water body was yellow, Nkobra. Today, it is coffee. When you are traveling to Western region, Japan, and you see River Prague, don't you feel sad? Don't you feel ashamed? Don't you feel ashamed? Then, Doc, we've dealt with this poor attempt at equalization. Let's put that aside. Let's deal with the next issue. He says that Sammy Gyamfi, let's stop the politicking. It's what the Borfofo Fraba, let's stop the chicanery. And let's do what? Our life is being threatened. Our life is being threatened, and we are here speaking big grammar. Chicanery, no, and then the betting No. I refuse to laugh. When you are killing all of us, Doc, let's refuse to laugh. We will not join in to laugh when we are discussing this important life-threatening matter. Doc, he says we need what? A national consensus. You people, what do you take us for? National consensus to do what? You came into office at the time that the media was already engaged in a fight against this menace, Ken Ofori and his friends. And you came and said you were prepared to put your presidency on the line to fight galamsey, to stop it. You actually imposed a ban on small-scale mining, not mining, small-scale mining, both legal and illegal, for 1 year and extended it for another 1 year. And you got all stakeholders supporting you. What Akufo Addo did, the kind of goodwill and support Akufo Addo has enjoyed from Ghanaians, all stakeholders relative to the fight against illegal mining, no president has had that goodwill and support. Everybody supported him. To the extent that something which is even legal, he banned it. You can't do that in any country. You can't ban illegal activity. But we supported him to ban it. But some of us knew that it was only a ruse, only a charade calculated at aiding top NPP NPP functionaries.
You are watching Juicy News on YouTube. Hot news all
take
time.
over our forest reserves and water bodies
on
for
YouTube.
purposes of illegal
Hot
mining. It was not a genuine ban. And you see, that ban, that whole talk about presidency on the line, is the biggest scam, I maintain, that has ever been perpetrated on Ghanaians. Because there was no line at all. There was no line. And after you made that announcement, you got everybody supporting you. You banned legal small-scale mining and illegal small-scale mining. You started burning excavators. Look, apart from burning excavators, you decreed, through your first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, you said that illegal miners should even be shot on site. That is what is his name? I don't like to call him Joe Weiss. What is his? Joe Owusu. He sat in Parliament and said, if you see anybody doing small-scale mining.
It was a suggestion. He says he thinks that
they should be murdered. And he defended it.
Yes.
And true to his word, people were murdered. Murdered in the Western region. Murdered in Eastern region. Operation Vanguard, they shot people and killed them. And look, some of the people they killed were not illegal miners. Because at the time, the ban applied to even legal small-scale mining. You get my point? At the time, the ban even applied to legal small-scale mining. Yet you killed these people. You burned their excavators. And what did we see after you did that? The people who were supposed to lead the fight, who we gave millions, Doc, go and check the budgetary allocations we made to the Interministerial Committee Against Illegal Mining, galamsey, Operation Vanguard, the drones we bought, the equipment we bought for them, billions of cedis. We gave you everything after the ban. Regularize it now and stop illegal mining. What did we see? Secretary to Interministerial Committee Against Illegal Mining doing galamsey. People at the Jubilee House, presidential staffers doing galamsey. Your own Minister for Environment, who chaired the fight, Professor Frimpong Watson, says that your ministers, your MPs, your MMDCs, they are all neck deep in galamsey. Your former Minister for Local Government in 2018, Haji Ali Mahama, told your MMDCs that they were doing galamsey. The Eastern Regional Minister, former Honorable Eric Daffo, told members of Operation Vanguard that he had evidence that they were doing galamsey. You betrayed the trust of the people. You deceived them. You scammed everybody. And you decide to rather take over the illicit galamsey trade like there was no tomorrow. Just to satisfy your greed. Today you've gotten the money. Are you happy with the state of our water bodies? Yes, you are happy. You don't care. There is no love for country in these people. There is no patriotism in these people. And that is why they still justify it. So what we need now, Doc, is not a national consensus. What we need now is to kick them out. Is to kick them out. Look, we are seeing an open endorsement of the alarming levels of illegal mining by the NPP. Open endorsement. The tape you just played, that was the minister for, he's not a party official, minister, deputy minister for lands and natural resources, saying that those who are calling for a ban to illegal mining, a ban of illegal mining, they are being remote controlled by the NDC. Oh my God. What an insult. So we in the NDC, we are controlling TUC. Hey, we in the NDC, we are controlling the men of God and the pastors, the chief imam, all the civil society organizations. We are the ones telling them that, look, the water bodies are looking like coffee. They don't have eyes to see. They are not reading statements from Ghana Water Company Limited that due to the high turbidity levels of our water bodies today, they have become untreatable. They are not reading reports that shows that Ghana will soon be importing water. They are not reading the reports from the Ghana Medical Association that show that pregnant women drinking from lead, cyanide, mercury polluted water bodies are suffering from damaged fetus. And some of them are giving birth to children with various deformities. Children without eyes. Children without noses. Children without nose. Children without mouth. You haven't seen the Ghana Medical Association data. You haven't seen what the midwife from Chama has put out. We are controlling GMA. We are controlling all these health workers. You guys, you have become so depraved. You guys, you have lost it. That is a tragedy. They have lost it. They have totally lost it. And you listen to Ayu. And look, when Duka was speaking, he was speaking the views of Bawumia. So Bawumia was on the stage. Until today, I didn't know that Bawumia was there. And I saw Bawumia nodding and clapping. This man has no shame. Look, we in the NDC, we've said that we are not against mining, but we are against illegal mining, we are against irresponsible mining. Even though we want power, we have said that we will ban mining in forest reserves. That should tell you something. President Mahama cares about lives, he cares about the environment, and you will not sacrifice that on the altar of politics. He says he will ban mining in forest reserves. He has said it. He has said that he will amend the minerals and mining law to impose a stiffer punishment on mining in water bodies. He has said it. He is not saying that because I'm campaigning for power, I'm afraid that if I say that, people will not vote for me. But look at Bawumia. What is his position on illegal mining? Nodding and clapping to Duka, insulting TUC, insulting all these stakeholders who are just calling for an end to illegal mining. Then you have a man who is supposed to be a medical doctor.
Hot news all time. You are watching
I have my
Juicy
doubts.
News
No,
on
he is.
YouTube.
Maybe he's forgotten
Hot
what he
news
was
all
taught in
time.
medical
He's a
school.
medical doctor.
Then he's a disgrace.
And a very good one.
Then he's a disgrace to the medical profession.
It's a very good one.
And
In
I'm
fact,
told he has a health facility. We will be putting it out. We will boycott his health
It's a
facility.
public health professional.
Yes, and I know he has a hospital. We will boycott his, and he's the one who has bought Ghana Web. If they want, they should ban me. We will boycott his health facility. You make an illiterate, useless, irresponsible comment that are the water bodies in Accra. Really? He doesn't know. He doesn't even understand the flow of water. So you think that if you are destroying River Pra in Western region or River Brim in Eastern region, those of us in Accra won't suffer from that. Look at the poverty of thinking. So for them, it is about votes. For them, it is about money. That is it. And those who were clapping, those young people who were clapping for Duka, they don't own concessions. They don't have money to buy excavators. They are only laborers on the concessions of these ministers. Those boys cannot buy excavators. They are not the ones with the concessions in forest reserves. So they are only using them because they don't have any jobs to do. But we are telling them that there is a better way. Under John Mahama, you will be able to do mining in a better way. Mining will not become the preserve of NPP people through community mining. We will decentralize the licensing regime and make sure that once you qualify, you get a license. But you must do it responsibly. Me, if you are an NDC person and you mine in a water body, I will tell the police to arrest you. I will not defend you. I don't care if you vote against me, if I come to you later to campaign for another position. I don't care. If you are an NDC person and you go and mine in a forest reserve, when John Mahama says we should ban it, we will arrest you, we will prosecute you, we will jail you. Me, I will not come to your aid. Do the mining responsibly. What is wrong with that? And that is what John Mahama is saying. That is why we say we will establish the gold board. That is why we are saying that we will attach graduates from UMAT to these concessions to train them on responsible mining. And that training will be compulsory. You don't do the training, you won't get a license, or you won't get your license renewed. You own a concession, you are found doing illegal mining, we will revoke your license, we will prosecute you. You mine, you must cover the pits, plant a tree. That is why we are talking about the Tree for Life projects. That's why we are talking about the Blue Water Initiative. You can't mine in water under John Mahama. We will not tolerate it. And you look at what Akonta mining and Wuntumi, what they are doing. The whole government is a galamsey government. And look, how can you fight galamsey with galamseyers? They themselves are the ones doing the galamsey. And they say we need a national consensus with who? Galamseyers like you? We should have a consensus with you for what? For what? We have not seen what you people have done. After you shot, maimed, killed people, murdered people, burned excavators, after all the monies we have given you, what consensus again? Huh? 7 years, 10 months, what have you done? This illegal mining madness going on is not a joke. I know that mining cannot be the preserve of the multinationals. It cannot be only the Anglo-Goes and the Newmans and the Goldfields doing mining. Ghanaians must be allowed to do mining, but they must do so responsibly and legally. We must all be angry at what is going on, because it is not about a political party. It is about your life.
All time.
No,
You are watching Juicy News on YouTube. Hot news all time.
How long? Even in Accra, we are now feeling the impact.
I bought water yesterday.
We are not feeling the impact. All because a few people want to make money. Money that, what are you using the money for? Money that you are giving to side chicks. See, can't money get there. Go and ask Bediatuo.
What's that?
Go and ask Bediatuo. Nana Asante Bediatuo.
What's that supposed to be?
He will preach to you that you can get all the money in the world. Okay? You can get all the money in the world, but human life is more precious. Today he's battling for his life, and I'm praying for his speedy recovery. It should tell you something. You don't sacrifice human life for money. Listening to Sammy Gyamfi's intro it confirms to me that it is a level of political chicanery that we love to enjoy. Playing the ostrich and not facing up to the reality and coming together in a national consensus to see how we resolve this issue that has bedeviled President Mensah's government, Mr. Mahama's government, and indeed the Akufo Addo government. Andy, we all recall when the lexicon Shamfan was introduced into our vocabulary. We don't have short memories. We know the Chinese people who were arrested during the era of Mr. Mahama. My good friend Innocent Husseini was the Lands and Natural Resources Minister then. Okay, and the threats that the Chinese embassy issued resulting in their release. We all know that when Akufo Addo came into government in 2017, the galamsey issue was with us. Was real. The reason he embarked on the fight, set up the interministerial committee, put his presidency on the line, it wasn't because galamsey had just reared its ugly head when he became president in January. He came to inherit it. In fact, galamsey, illegal mining or small-scale mining, was banned in its entirety for a year. We all know what happened. We all know. Politics that we play with such serious matters that should be of national concern. I feel very sad every time I'm talking about this matter. Because only my constituents are having to rely on boreholes. Of course, there's some works that is ongoing on the Boakye headworks by Ghana Water Company, which in itself had impacted water supply in the Second Takrady metropolis. But by and large, the water is not fit for human consumption. So rather than coming together, taking the politics out, and supporting government to do what is necessary to protect these water bodies for all of us.
You are watching Juicy News on YouTube. Hot news all time.
Such a narrative out there.
Watching Juicy News on YouTube. Hot news all time.
Rather than we as political actors coming together and saying that, look, Mr. President, during our time, these are the kinds of experiences that we had. We believe that it's important that we sign some pact of sorts. Let us take, of course, the President and everybody. I've heard Mr. Mahama speak, I've heard Professor Jainano Pokuajiman speak. Mining would certainly always be with us. Because we can't allow our God-given resources to stay in the ground perpetually. Provide employment for the youth. But in our water bodies, destroying our vegetation, it certainly is not on.
And I know that His Excellency the President is committed. Of course, you send military people there, and we all know what has happened. The sessions of compromise that we hear being reported. So I'll beg of you, Sammy Gyamfi, I know that politically convenient, you want to make it look as if to say that there's a Akufo Addo administration that is allowed galamsey to be visited upon us as a people. Certainly cannot be the case. And if we are all honest with ourselves, if we are honest with the people of Ghana, we as leaders should act and not fail our people. We should be collective in this responsibility. Yeah, of course, government has to act. Randy, I hear the suggestion out there, and I'm told that some comment by, I believe, the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, I haven't heard him, to the effect that it's because of the outcome of elections in 2020 where NPP lost seats. I don't think that that is the case at all, because in all those constituencies that reference is made to, Nana Addo Akufo Addo actually won. So it certainly would be reasons other than the fight against galamsey that is what caused the loss of the seat in those constituencies. So it certainly cannot be the case that government is not acting because of politics or because of the 2024 general elections. Because the data does not support that assertion. If the president had lost in those constituencies, all the 19 or so central regional constituencies, okay, and the MPs had also lost, then that assertion would have been consistent with the data. But the truth of the matter is that Nana Addo Akufo Addo won in 19 constituencies in the central region, and the MPP won 10 or 9 seats. So I do not see how anybody, and of course, typically, the vote at the presidency or the presidential election will mirror the parliamentary, except other factors come into play that then makes one lose or otherwise. Okay, so I do not believe, and I've not heard, because I go to meetings of cabinet, that there's a position that because of elections don't act. A subcommittee of cabinet, interministerial committee has been set up ad hoc to look at ways to see how we can then reopen the fight, because for all intents and purposes, okay, it is obvious that the fight is not being won, because if it were, Ghana Water Company would not have issued that statement that has triggered all this public outcry. And I sitting here, I believe that I can speak authoritatively for government, that we all believe, and they have heard His Excellency the Vice President articulating his vision for the mining sector, clearly stating that, look, yes, we all believe that it is necessary for us to exploit the resources that God has given us. But the river bodies is a no, 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 no. Okay, our forest reserves, I know no. Okay, yeah, I'm told that some licenses have been issued. It will be good for us to interrogate them and see whether they are indeed in forest reserves, or that they are mining leases that have been given in the regular course of the work of the Minerals Commission and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. So far, I haven't seen the evidence that has been put out there to suggest that these are necessarily. In fact, I think I saw a statement issued by the Lands and Natural Resources Ministry denying that assertion that it is in mining, forest reserves that these leases have been given. Okay, but it's a serious matter, and I will urge all of us to look at it devoid of the political lenses, because ultimately these waters do not know NPP, NDC. There's no political coloration. It is all of us Ghanaians who are suffering the brunt of the menace that some people, hoodlums I will call them, okay, are causing to our river bodies. And nobody in government, as far as I know, supports these actions that are taking place on our water bodies. And I know that the committee that has been tasked to do the work, in due course, we will all see the outcome of what it is that is happening. But My only call is for us all to recognize the history of this galamsey, this illegal mining in our water bodies, and to be collective in our response rather than seeking to gain political advantage, which in my view does not really exist, okay, for our benefit. It doesn't help the cause of our country at all.
No, it's for we answer my appetite also. Because so and I will have no so we can subscribe here. But what they say over subscribe. So I had the latest and hot news in Kweku Annan bremo. I feel so we are now like video na share more for so any be na one share. Also bet me actually what you for and some way now I will comment box no over to in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.